This is it, my 2023 tracking buck, and I can't even believe it. What is up, y'all? It is the day before Thanksgiving, and I am heading north to go track a buck in the snow. Super excited. Last year I did it for the first time, killed a small 8-pointer, and it just got me hooked. So I'm going back up with the same guys, staying in the same camp, and hopefully I have just as much luck as last year, but if not, it's going to be a great time. I'm going to learn a lot about the bucks in these big woods, so I'm going to get on the road, maybe even catch a track this afternoon. So y'all stay tuned. We went from no snow on the roads to the entire road covered in snow. But I got sent down like this back road, and oh god, we got a car trying to make it up a hill over here. Taking it slow, making our way back to the home stretch. I left a northern Maine town just after filling up on gas and just getting whatever I needed for the ride into camp. And it's a couple-hour drive on some dirt roads to get in there, but I was hoping to catch a track on the way in because it was just a perfect afternoon. It had just gotten done snowing pretty heavy, a little bit of freezing rain, so I knew if I could come across a track, it'd be nice and fresh. We have just hit dirt roads, and I want to say there's like 8 inches of snow on the roads, but there's plenty of tire tracks going down them. I'm gonna pull off here pretty soon, grab my rifle and some orange just in case, and hopefully I can find a track on my way in. So y'all stay tuned. I just stumbled across a buck track, and it is big, and it looks fresh. It's like, wow, it's big. Oh, it's so bright. Look at this. Holy. Yeah, that's a really nice track. I'm going to park the truck and go after him. That's a nice buck. And I stumbled across this track. It's a big buck track. So I couldn't just pull off on the side of this main dirt road, so I drove up 60 yards or so and pulled off onto one of these finger roads, this old camp road that no one had been down. I wasn't in my gear yet, so I got everything ready. It was just going so smooth. I was getting my backpack on with everything I needed, snacks, drinks, whatever, and I had all my gear. I was ready to hunt. I was ready to spend all night in the woods if I had to. Well, I'm going to try and freshen this buck track up because I know it's within the past few hours, and if he just bed down somewhere, I can catch up to him. It's a big track, so fingers are crossed, but here we go, day 1 of tracking. I'm tracking him for, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes, and sure enough, I catch up to him. He's just walking along and didn't know I was there. I'd been grunting some, and I just caught right up to him. After this first shot, I walked up to where I shot him at, and there was no blood. So I could see the direction he went, so instead of following his track and pushing him, I did a loop around in hopes to cut him off. And instead of cutting him off, I came across his track with a nice pool of blood in it. So that got me excited. I knew I hit him, and I knew he was hurting. So I just kept up with him. And not even 5 minutes later, I stumble across him again, bedded down. He's at 20 yards. I can see his rack. So I crouch down. I take a deep breath, stand back up, and just get around some trees. And as he gets up to take off, and he keeps running.
He's right there. I hit him good again. Oh my God. This is crazy. Oh yeah. 30 minutes into tracking. We've got blood everywhere.
So I hopped on my onX Maps, and comes in so handy in the woods up there because you can download offline maps and use it wherever. And I hopped on there, and I saw that he had made a U-turn after that first and second shot, and he was headed back the direction of the truck.
Oh my God, this is crazy. This is crazy.
And sure enough, I pushed him right to the road that my truck was on, a mile down the road. So anyways, I jumped him 2 more times before that. He bed down a few times, and he bed down right next to the road, but he hopped out of that bed before I got to him. So of course at this point, he's past the road. I didn't want to push him any further, and so I just stopped a minute and started walking down the road. And sure enough, he's bedded in the woods 40 yards from the road. So I pull my gun up and shoot him again, and He ran not too far and piled up, and there he was, dead beside the road, less than 30 yards in the woods from this road that my truck had been parked on.
Yes! Oh! That's a dead buck, baby. I'm walking down the road in my truck, son. Parked it less than an hour ago. This is why I love tracking. It all worked out perfect. Like, I can't even believe it.
You can't tell me that God wasn't with me for all of that, because the way this hunt worked out, where that buck made an entire loop right back to where my truck was and died 30 yards beside this road, the Lord was with me for all of it. I am so grateful for this hunt. I was able to walk back to the truck without the buck about a mile, and then pull the truck down in, and I dragged him just a little ways, threw him in the bed of the truck, and headed back to town to tag him. Alright, we are pulling up to Bishop's. I got a freaking cough going. Oh, and someone's right in front of me with a buck. So we're gonna be waiting a sec, but they've got one. Got back to town to tag him, and sure enough, Hal Blood's there with his grandson tagging a buck, so I got a picture with him. Then hung my buck up on the scale, and I am just blessed with this hunt and just so lucky that I can share it with you guys. So hope you all enjoyed it.